What's up, guys? It's the Devil's Town here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at NRG BenjyFishy's dominant performance in the solo FNCS Invitational Finals. On the first day he ended up getting first place, and then on the second day he ended up getting second place. Those days' points were combined and he ended up placing first in EU, the probable hardest region in the world, and netting himself $15,000. We're going to be VOD reviewing the second day's games and seeing why BenjyFishy is always so consistent and so successful. Now, before the video is started, if you look around, you can see the background's a little bit different. I actually just completed a move from the apartment that I was in, so this is going to be what my setup looks like pretty much for all my future videos upcoming in probably the next at least 3 to 4 months. My internet may be worse, so I do apologize for that. And again, guys, if you're new to the channel, if you enjoy my content, I do all sorts of stuff. I post my own content. I do VOD reviews. I look at solo drop spots. I even do Call of Duty videos from time to time. So if you enjoy that content, please hit subscribe. At the time of this video, I'm just a little bit under 200 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you're new, if you did hit that sub button. Anyways, let's get into it. All right, as you can see, Benji is at retail. This is his landing spot. He lands at retail row. And again, at these PO high, like contested POIs, you need these kills in this format. And again, this drop spot may not work for you if you're not an elite W keyer. You may want to land somewhere that's unmarked and then push into fights. But again, being one of the best box fighters in the world that Benji is, he lands at retail row. And then we're gonna just watch his gameplay in here. He's going to be talking, doing his intro for this video. So again, I hope it's not too annoying. And please, if you aren't subscribed to BenjyFishy, please go subscribe to him. He's one of the best box fighters in the entire one of the best players in the entire world. And if you're a fan of Fortnite, you need to be following BenjyFishy and subscribe. And we're gonna just watch his gameplay. Okay, so retail row in the middle of a early game contest. Good stuff. So baits the shot right there. Also has his crosshair placement. And we're going to rewatch this whole sequence again in slow motion because there's really a lot of great things to learn from the sequence. Good piece control. Fortunately, opponent gets away. Again, edits through right here. Reads his opponent, and that's what baiting a shot does for you. Piece control, boom, and accuracy. Everything about this clip is so good. And we're going to kind of go from the very beginning here and watch it at half speed. And I'm going to mute so you don't hear Benji talking in slow motion. But everything about this is so good. So many good techniques. So Benji gets on his wall, fakes the pickaxe, has a shotgun. Look where his crosshair placement is. It's right on his opponent. In case he makes it in, that guy's going to get tagged 100%. So takes the wall right here. Doesn't stay, unfortunately didn't stay with his building blueprints, but still got the edit. And then he blocked off to make sure, but his opponent went to the box to the side. Great piece control right here. Unfortunately, this guy makes a great job of escaping that he's fighting. Benji also does a great job of tracking right here. But this is, again, why baiting a shot, especially with a gold spaz, is so good. He picks action once, has his shotgun out, reads the edit, gets a small tag on him, but gets the wall. And then having a gold spaz with Benji on a guy that's underneath his own ramp, I mean, it's a free kill for Benji. So really dominated. Look at just the technique right there. Flawless box fighting techniques, baiting shots, piece control, and then finishing up with a max damage pump. All right, let's go with the next fight. Getting good piece control, getting the cone cracked, and then he's going to do a great job right here of just applying pressure. Gets this guy underneath his ramp. Not much to say about that. Just
as usual.
Just really good job of continuing to pressure right here. Catches him for 156 with that range. Gold spaz OP, and then Scars just in the box, continues to pressure, willing to take this 50-50. Knows he's only going to get one pumped, and he has a huge advantage.
As usual.
Not much to say there. Just caught a.
I don't lose a fight. I don't lose a fight.
Just caught a play right here. We're gonna go in this fight, pressuring his opponent. RPG really huge here for him to get high ground. Gets one little tag off. He's gonna mini off here. Good decision. I mean, this loadout is insane. Uses the cone. Again, does a good job of, again, baiting a shot. Again, expecting pre-firing, not knowing if he's going to edit. Does a great drop there. Patience is key right there. Choking his edits a little bit, but the cone's so huge. You see why the cone is the best thing you want to do for placing of boxes, right? So let's watch this from this point again, just kind of slow motion. So gets a 17 tag. Obviously not a ton of damage, so he's going to go for the mini right here. And again, just smart. Everything that BenjyFishy does in this fight is, again, just smart. It's calculated. So he's thinking about exploiting the box, but ends up not doing the RPG exploit, probably because he realized he's only hit him for 17. He's sitting here waiting, bait, pre-firing. Unfortunately doesn't catch him, but again, takes no damage. Gets a wall. Oh, actually does not get the wall. But realizes that he has only shotguns or sprays with a scar right here. Gets the piece control. Chokes right here, but the cone's here so huge, this opponent is stuck. He does a great job of patiently waiting, make sure his crosshair is ready where it needs to be. Again, using the scar right there to get piece control, the guy gets a ramp, but Benji again gets the cone right back, and this guy is just absolutely lost. And takes, you know, Benji's 200 health, the guy is 90 HP, so Benji only has to hit 3 scar shots, and that's a GG's. Alright, going on to this next fight. Pre-fight damage again, huge for Benji right here, and then just applying pressure. Booga Classic right there, RPG shots, and then just, again, piece control, blocking him off, and accuracy. Not much to say there again, just the only thing to say about that fight is pre-fight damage is huge, because it allows you to just dominate your opponent. And then catches this player, look, waits for first shot accuracy in the head.
200-0 dead!
200.
Oh my god, that's 5 kills!
200-0 dead. Mouse and keyboard. It does happen. Okay. Gets 1 tag here. He's going to apply the pressure on high ground. Why does he use the RPG right there? Because the guy's on natural high ground already. And the only way he's getting that high ground is he breaks that RPG. Reload RPG. He's getting third partied a bit. Booga Classic right there gets a really big tag. Nice shield off. Booga Classic again, unfortunately not good. Or not good. Unsuccessful. He does a good job of chasing this guy, going for piece control. Gets absolutely laser from the side. Should have probably have, but it catches.
Another quick tag.
But again, not much to say. Anything.
6 kills.
And not too much to say right there. Just you're gonna look right here. Gets 70 pre-fight damage, and again, his loot is helping him. RPG, just quick pressure. Goes again, constantly going for the Booga Classic is something you can see. Pressure, pressuring with the scar, not the pickaxe. Continuing to pressure. 1 piece control. He's chasing this guy. Look, pre-builds, piece control, guessing maybe where his opponent be. Gets the wall, cone, gets him off again, and knows. Really great job right there, resetting that wall when he realizes he's getting pressure from the back. He's a little bit of an awkward situation, but knows the opponent is extremely weak. He's going to extremely weak. He's going to reload his RPG. Booga Classic attempt again. Again, always pretending that he's going to get the wall no matter what. Actually, with his ping is 17, I figured he'd be getting a little bit more walls. Hasn't been getting a ton. Catches 1 wall, and again, using the...
Another quick dead!
This guy looked a little bit lost right here, but again, we'll just kind of watch the end. Just what I'm talking, what is also, and especially if you're a controller player, with you having to cycle through stuff, taking walls with your weapons is always better than your pickaxe, because then you can immediately, you don't have to swap from your pickaxe to your first weapon slot. You can just go straight from your blueprint. So let's say you take it with your gun, then you go your blueprint, and then you edit. You don't have to swap back from your pickaxe to your gun. On mouse and keyboard is a little bit different, but again, it's always good to just try and take the wall with pressure. He does it right here, gets the wall, boom. He can immediately get it to his shotgun. He doesn't have to worry about it. So he gets it 1 tap, Hits it one time with the scar, switch to the shotgun, boom. Easy, so quick. That guy has no chance, right? So, always good to pressure. It's always good to pressure with your weapons when trying to take walls. It's not always great to go for the pickaxe because you're defenseless with the pickaxe. If you have weapons, you can at least defend yourself sometimes, right? Alright.
Dude, they're just jumping at that box.
So, moving on. Sees this kid rotating up. Catches him unfortunate lair and then just absolutely beams. He's got 7 kills. Piece control. And again, using your weapons.
That's another quick dead on Wave Rapti.
Not much you could do there. He gets beamed. And then Benji does a great job of using piece control to take control of the wall. And then edits through. Shotguns his builds. Places a cone. Cone is huge. Sees this guy. Exploits in. Why does he exploit in? Like this. Notice he changes that to his own cone. Boom. Easy. Why did he decide to W key this in the middle of this zone? Benji is aware. He sees this guy flying through. Sees that guy, right? Did you see that shield break right there? That's why Benji goes for this, because he knows he has no shield. So the guy tries to heal. He exploits in finally. Takes this guy's cone, replaces it with his own. This guy's defenseless. Boom. Easy. Smart. Awareness. Game sense. Game sense. 9 kills. And this format is huge. He got 36 points based off his freaking kills. Fighting this guy in the storm. Booga Classic. Cracks him. Getting no shield. Easy W key. This guy's in the storm, lost. And gets the kill. And he could do this because he has floppers. He doesn't need to worry. He could definitely do this because he has floppers. He's got tons of mats to rotate. He's got all these extra builds, plus the river. So easy rotate on ultimate low with the river. Everything's so congested, good piece control. He's amazing at staying on layers and switching layers. So builds a double wide box because he has tons of mats. He's got fish. Trying to take this guy's wall. Look, good at game where he realized he broke his own wall and then just replaces it. Maybe not have realized at first. Look at this. Finds an excellent lair. Finds an excellent lair. And he keeps continuing going up till because he knows, hey, I'm gonna have to go up the mountain. Need to get ahead. Now he's running low on materials. Decides not to go for the RPG there. Realizes it's probably not going to benefit him. He realized he can get in with the materials he has. And then he could probably... He backs off here because he has no materials. And then gets that refresh. Catches a guy on a horrible spot. But again, that guy was pretty much shambles. Benji didn't get a ton of mats from that. Editing with his blueprint right there. Really good stuff. Benji has no materials. 5 builds. Unfortunate right here.
No!
It gets taken out.
Wow, that's so unlucky.
So again, just talking about... Sorry, there was an ad. So just talking about that last end. He had 3 floppers, didn't utilize. He could have maybe sat in that box. After he got that kill and realized he was 50 mats, he could have probably been like, oh, I could play flopper maybe because the zone, there was tons of builds. Him trying to play ahead there wasn't the best. He didn't use his utility. That was the one little minute mistake he made. However, a 7th place with the amount of kills he got, I believe, which is 10 plus. So, again, really huge game. First starting off, or sorry, it's his second game. He died off spawn in the first game, which he said in the video. But again, he could have used his utility. The only minute mistake he made there. But again, you're going to take a top 10 finish with the amount of kills. Insane game for Benji in the first one, and was guarantee was probably leading the tournament at this point already. We got an early fight. Early fight in retail row. I actually watched this live on the stream. And again, great job right there. Just reading his opponent. Exploit, tries to exploit in, using the shotgun to take the wall, and just absolutely dominates this fight. Let's check it out. Again, What makes Benji so good is just his understanding of fights and being able to read his opponents, being able to see what's happening before it actually happens. That's what's so impressive to me about Benji, the stuff that he does. Is his ability just to read his opponents. Again, does a great job right here. Drops, pressuring the wall. Always acts like he's going to get the wall. And then reads that guy's... That's so fast. That's so fast. I don't know how he reads that. Again, unfortunately doesn't get the wall there, but the tack is great for box fighting because it allows you to get damage shots on the wall. Exploits in because he knows his opponent's weak. Shotguns through the wall. Guy makes an edit play, whiffs his shot, but Benji's got so much more health than this guy does. He's willing to take that. He was willing to bet that he's not going to get 200 pump there, even if he doesn't know the information. That's definitely a good bet early on to realize that, hey, I need to get in no matter what. He uses exploit techniques, uses the tack, abuses the tack to get into these boxes and take these walls and just shoot through structures. It's just great. He definitely knows the very intricacies of the loot. All right, let's go look at this fight. He gets a couple tags on this player, not a ton. This is actually funny. He's in a... The piece control here is so good. Oh my goodness. Piece control. Oh my... Just doesn't catch him. I love the disengage here. He builds his box out of metal to gain some space. He took a lot of damage, and this player disengages, and he gets head dinked by CRR, who's actually in a call. It was actually kind of funny. But again, he did a good job there of piece control, just making sure he didn't get finished off there. What ends up doing, CR ends up killing this player in this box, and he just comes in with an easy third party. Benji doesn't have a ton of health. Oh, that's so smart. Oh, CR nearly gets him.
Oh my god, you're so sick.
That's so funny that they're in the call together. That's great. Look what he does here. This technique here. I haven't. It's smart. He puts himself. He gets a wall weak and places a cone, and he places him inside his own cone. He's getting in no matter what here. There's not anything CRR can do right here to hold that floor. Look, he's lost in the sauce. Does a great job and then places the cone again. It turns it into a 50-50. He's cracked him off shield. He knows he's at a slight shield advantage. CR does a great job, again, of hitting him with attack. I mean, Benji was at 38 HP. So, again, a 50-50, something he felt like he needed to take due to his lack of health. He needed to get a pickup on a kill, and he gets big pots and whatever, a better attack. And definitely worth a kill going for with the type of situation he's in. Gets a mat refresh as well.
Oh my god, you're so sick. I hate you. Really hard shit on you. Because I was 100 HP. Well, no, were you the one that shot me when I was in the base? Yeah. Yeah, that hard triggered me, so I was like, okay, I'm grieving this kid.
He said, I'm grieving this kid. That's so funny. So he gets tagged by a couple of times by this guy. I just love how you notice how he's extending his metal boxes. Again, not much to say about this. Again, why piece control is just absolutely necessary. And he extends out a lot of metal boxes. He skips forward, unfortunately. And he goes for high ground, gets all three pieces, but the guy phases through, and then it's just accuracy. Not much to say about that. Again, attempt at the three piece control. It would have been really good if he was able to catch him with the wall.
This guy's so shit. Bro, like, yeah, because obviously you've double keyed me and I've hit you hard as
He's still bitching. He's still bitching to CRR. Hits this kid for 66 on rotate. Be interesting to see. Good pressure with a sub. Good protecting his walls. Boom. Exactly. Again, piece control, why the cone is so good, it just ends fights fast. If you hit your shots, it ends fights fast. You can go watch that whole sequence again in slow motion, okay? Just again, it ends fights so fast. So realize he's getting pressured. Good job of blocking himself from all sides. Easily gets the wall. And then sprays through to get piece control on both. Boom. And the cone. Knows this guy is going to probably be lower than he is. Actually, he probably wasn't. Benji was only about 130 health. But again, now, look, he's back to full health because of that. And it's all just because of piece control. And then using his weapons to take the walls. Editing straight through. Placing the cone. Swapping immediately to the shotgun. This guy's caught off guard. This because of the cone. It causes him to jump to the side. He does return fire. But again, not enough damage for two accurate attack shots. So again, great stuff from Benji right there. Piece control, using the weapons to take the wall. Again, just elite box fighting mechanics right here. Oh, almost gets the floor. Again, piece control huge. And then the phase. Catches a guy shambles on edge. And this is set up pretty much by... This is set up because he recognizes where his opponent is going to be. So recognizes that his opponent is going to try to probably take over this space. He doesn't get the floor cone, but he does get the cone, so it allows, and the other guy builds out of metal, so it's easy. He recognizes once he edits up that he's going to go for it. But again, all it takes is 2 pickaxe swings. He gets the floor, and again, immediate cone. This guy's caught, lost, realizes he's white, and then this wall is going to be super weak. A couple scar shots going to get him through. Love that. Realizes I didn't even realize that. Full speed. This is how aware Benji is. Realizes he's getting pressured. Realizes he's getting pressured. Realizes he's getting pressured in mid W keying. Awareness. Insane. This is insane awareness. I didn't even see it. Realizes he's getting pressured from the side. He builds a wall here. And it's getting shut out. I didn't even notice that till watching it in half speed. My old ass eyes didn't see it. Then again, a little phase through. This guy's kind of screwed, and nothing. Again, absolute shambles. And again, and it's just piece control, awareness, box fighting mechanics. Again, elite, the best. So unfortunately gets caught from up top right here. This guy's getting sprayed by the whole lobby. Leaves his back. Unfortunate. But because he has such a good long extended metal base, using all those extra materials from that kill before, he's able to survive. He's going to conserve pad here, which is the correct play for these long zones. Use his materials. Doesn't decide to go on ultimate low. Wants to use his own materials. Doesn't decide to go. Again, piece control, so huge.
No!
And again,
Man! Oh, like, cool as... No! No!
lower health. He hits him for 170, but this guy's expecting to edit. Right? And so this is a mistake from Benji, just because he's lower health. Because he choked. And there's nothing he can really do here. If he was on, he could have maybe gone for an edit on the other side, maybe to bait him to shoot the ramp. So instead of leaving himself exposed, he could have maybe edited this side of the ramp where the player was on. That player, expecting an edit, would immediately shoot the ramp, break it because it's out of wood with this guy's tack, and then Benji could have finished up with a scar or a pump shot. But just because Benji's so low, he's on significant health advantage. But him choking that edit right there gives this time so much to guy to react to it. He could have maybe edited and gone for a wall reset as well, just due to his health, to play a little bit safer. He's also in moving zone. He's got a pad. He's got a ton of materials. He doesn't need this kill. But again, you hit a kid for 170. This is definitely smart to key. It's unfortunate. This guy does a great job. But again, this guy was expecting it, right? He's wide open here. This is a 50-50 at this point. He's wide open. He could have and he only needs to hit him for 30, and that's the minimum amount of damage he could do with a pump. He could have maybe edited that and then reset the wall first. No. But he took it. Now, if I was 200 health, knowing that guy had if you're a controller player too, you may have not gone for the piece control right there. You would have gone immediately with a spray through with the sub. And that guy would have probably died in 2 sub shots again. If he had a sub, maybe he could have followed up with the scar instead of going for the edit. But unfortunately, him choking that first edit there. So a small mistake from Benji.
No! Man! Oh, like coolest character. Oh. How is he allowed to do that? Just drum gun into people's boxes and
Alright, we're in retail row. I believe he dies off spawn here a couple times. Hits it for 100. Gotta be abusing the upgrade station. Have a pump. Definitely good at farming. Again, early fight damage, very important. Pressuring. Again, pressuring with the AR. Not pressuring using the pickaxe to try and take walls. Always pressuring. Always pressuring. Exploits in. This guy's doing a really great job of defense. Exploits in. Gets into a build fight. Good ramp flip right there. Baits the shot again. Usually always first. The other guy does a great job of just staying alive. Out for as long as he did without how much pressure was being applied to him. He does a great job. But everything that Benji does in this fight is correct. Pre-fight damage. Continued pressure doesn't allow his opponent to heal. Using his weapons. Using exploits, whatever he can. This guy is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. So again, he gets the tags early. Does a great job of, again, pressuring the wall with the sub. Gets it again, takes the wall off of the pressure. Uses the scar to pressure, doesn't let him heal. Takes the scar. Guy does a great job on defense in terms of putting that ramp behind him to escape. Really, really good stuff. And so Benji smartly realizes this guy is going out, and so doesn't attack from that front side. He attacks from this, from the side. Does the Metro Classic into the box. The guy edits down again, doing a great job of avoiding pressure, but Benji doing a great job. Metro Classics again. Gets in. This guy gets up a level. Benji does a great job. A booga jump right here. Good piece control, realizing obviously he's not worried about this guy going for a shot. Baits a shot right here. Doesn't get it. Decides to hit the wall. Takes it. Realizes that the opponent ramp flipped the wall and he catches him out underneath the stairs. Great job. Great edit again. Right hand peek edit. Just in terms of edit flow. Edits top to left. Realizes that the opponent is underneath the stairs. So he's going to edit from in terms of editing direction. From down to right. Why? Because it's at the same level as his opponent's head. Now, usually when opponent's like on a cone, you want to go top to right because usually they're in the box, but realizing that he's underneath the ramp, he goes from down to mid. So from top to bottom, like this. Boom. So good stuff from Benji. Applying a pressure. Like, I did a hell of a job surviving as long as he did. Not going to lie about that. But, again, Benji, just too damn good. Too damn good. Catches a kid white here. So, obviously, push, easy, free. That's a free kill. Not much to say about that. Third party to kid. And then looked a little lost. Reads his opponent right there. Cracks his shield. Uses his SMG, what we've been talking about. Piece control. Again, attempting piece control. Getting in his opponent. Using the scar to just pressure builds. Piece control. He realizes he's in a horrible spot. Nothing is his. He goes out. He's doing just making sure. Doesn't shoot at the metal wall, right? Goes for the wood wall. That's the thing correct to do. Keeps pressuring with the scar. This guy has a lot of old builds. So Benji unfortunately didn't have enough time to get there. And so he's got to know that his opponent more than likely is healed up. But Benji's still applying pressure. Again, same thing, putting himself in a cone, falling down. Catches him again for 100. Guy drops ultimate low. Great timing. Again, realizing, and it's...
Quick 2 kills for that boy. Quick.
We've already seen it over and over from Benji, but what he does so here that's so smart, realizes his opponent doesn't have a cone. And he pressures it down till it gets, look, 27 HP, and so he can fall through. But usually what ends up happening here, when you only have a flat, you're eventually, if you continue to pressure down, it's really hard to hold. If you only got one piece of piece control, if you don't have that extra cone to deal with, usually you're going to get in. And Benji, knowing that the opponent is white and has already hit him and has been third partying the guy that guy was originally fighting, so knows that that guy's invested mats that Benji ended up getting, knows that that guy's already been cracked for 200 damage, knows a lot of his utility's gone, sees that just because he's been on the defense, he's been building a lot more than Benji has, and then Benji just is going to go right in.
That's another quick 2 kills for the boys.
Catches a guy for 70 here. And notice there's loot every game. Scar, pump. And again, probably abusing upgrade stations. We don't see that super early game. He's getting absolutely beamed here. And I like that. Realizing once that opponent made an edit, he goes, okay, I got tagged for a ton. I felt like that was a little bit careless from Benji. But again, using the sub, take the wall, and then...
That's another kill! That game I fished.
Does a great job, again, catching his opponent. Hit him for a bunch. It's really fortunate at the angle that he was, the opponent didn't phase through. The guy doesn't really hit him too hard. Luckily, he took his shield again. And this guy edits through, making a really aggressive play, but what is this guy's endgame? Benji has the wall, right? So what this opponent should have done is edit down and not gone for this. Only hits him for 30 damage because Benji's moving. He crouched right when he shot. Benji has now placed the ramp. This guy is completely screwed because he has really no escape path. Benji uses his elite aim and snipes him, or not snipes him, just hits him in the head. But the guy should have edited down on that situation. Whenever you're in own cone, oh my god, nothing to say. They're abusing, again, high skill loot. High skill loot, you know, RPG. Heavy sniper. Catches a guy cone peeking. Guy has no chance of knowing that that guy's going to jump in the box right there. Sees a pad right here. Really fortunate. Realized that zone's going up to high ground. So gets to save one of his already 2 launch pads. Uses barely any material. Apologize again, another freaking ad. Again, investing in a wide base, so he has space. He has the mats to do it, and he also has the pads to go ahead. Decides to land up top and then build down safely. And instead of flying in the air extra with the launch pad, right? It doesn't make sense. Yep, I was surprised. Oh my goodness. Sees the controller player with the sub right here. Benji quickly disengages, decides to short pad ahead to save materials, gets on his own lair. He has about 400 materials. I think he could have spent the extra materials to get in, but you know, got 2 launch pads, might as well not use them. Now he's got a max rotate and he's high, but all these people are going to be falling down, so he's just going to probably try to make sure he can get down safely, and that's exactly what he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to ultimate low, which is exactly what he does. Doesn't have a ton of mats, so he's going to just use his loot that he has. The heavy sniper reload. He needs to get a kill. He needs to get into someone's box or catch someone falling down. And he finds, a decent, good amount. Good ramp right there. And then an amazing layer switch right here. Drops the guy, again, using the heavy sniper. Not much to say. But then someone just... And then Ghost Kamo just jumps on his head. And then just smashes him. And nothing you could do to defend that. That's just a GG's. So early game fight. See this guy on top of a house. Again, pressuring with a sub. Fortunate enough to get the piece control. Sees a guy who's making an edit, knows that the wood's weak, sprays through, gets a lot of damage. Sub's so good, especially if you're a controller player. This guy's disengaging. Decides not to go in there, right? Decides to map, and again, knowing his POI, knows that he's going to have a shot there. Look at that. So smart. So smart. It gives him a clown emote. But so smart here. Look. So, So smart to know that and realize crack the shield. But as you can hear right now, you could hear him pull out the RPG, and Benji knows this, so he's immediately going to shoot once the opponent sees that he breaks. But Benji's prepared. Benji's smart. Benji's fighting with his head. Boom. Easily gets him. Guy, now, it's always bad to kind of to rush at these. He should have probably placed the stairs first. Or what he could have also done is pressured this. It's always good to break these doors. You don't want to run right at him because this guy's hitting there with right-hand peek. But he also knows that he has health and shield advantage. And then he places the ramp. But this guy probably had no mats. And it's the GG's. It's 66 tag on this guy. Again, book a classic right there to get some damage. Piece control. Using SMG to take the wall again. Stuff that he's been doing. Piece control again right there. Gets the cone. Ooh. Misses his second shot. Pressure with the sub. Smartly decides to heal because he's one tap to pretty much controller player's AR. Sees this guy down below that he saw before and uses RPG to finish the kill. Really smart using that. He knows that the guy's opponent's low. Again, and so here's sometimes like the ills of W King right here is we're gonna watch right here. He just gets right in. The guy does get some shield off. But the guy has a better shotgun and hits his shot. Benji misses one shot. And then he realized the other guy is getting pressured. Uses his one RPG. So smartly catches this guy being a little too careless and he gets it in. Unfortunately, gets beamed to here, but he's going to get a refresh. He's going to get a kit and get some shield. Gets a lucky head dink there. Guy that's trying to catch shrooms, so he decides to launch pad. See if he catches him in the air. Hits him a couple times. Benji is obviously going to probably land on this and clean this up. So smart to use the tree right there to protect so he doesn't take unnecessary damage. Using the RPG here. Why is he using the RPG here instead of late game? He wants this kill. He realizes this guy's on natural high ground. He's going to probably use the RPG here and then use that to attempt to take high ground. It's exactly what he does. Piece control to get through. Yep, piece control to get a shot on. Piece control to take back the wall again, spraying. Benji realizes this guy has 100 health. Probably doesn't have any shield because he was taking mushrooms. This guy realizes that he was in all his old builds. Gets the wall cone. Oh my goodness.
Who would have thought? A one-palm fire kick?
Again, what did Benji do incorrectly here? What did Benji do incorrectly here? What do you ask? What he did incorrectly here is, so he knew his opponent was 100 HP. Understand that he's at a health advantage, but what edit did he make right here that got him in trouble? And what this guy did a great job of capitalizing on. So when Benji jumps down right here, realizes he's close. This opponent did a bad job of piece control. So Benji realizes the wall, but look what he edits. He does a good job of the cone. This is a left-hand peek for Benji. This is a right-hand peek for the opponent. And so what happens? The opponent uses the right-hand peek and hits him for everything. What should have Benji done right here? Benji would have gotten this kill more than likely if he had done the same edit on this side and had opened from bottom to top here and placed the cone, because he would have been protected with this wall. But I understand sometimes you're like, my opponent's weak, I need to get in. But again, sometimes the edits you make can be, he chose to make the wrong edit. He accidentally made the wrong edit here. because his opponent's protected, completely shielded. Benji has no line of sight. This guy has right hand. He's on left hand peek. Look, his opponent's to his right, and so his opponent has right hand peek. He's crouching behind the wall. Benji knows that, and the guy does a great. If he had edited the other way, he would have one pumped him, guaranteed. Would have one pumped him or hit him hard enough, and more than likely the other player isn't going to do it, especially with a cone. But again. So, unfortunate for Benji, but again, proper edit in that situation. And I don't know if Daddy Birch is a controller player. You see here, exploding in the box.
Free HP! I'm the most unlucky.
And again, just kind of... We don't have a ton of information. Benji came in second here, and we're still seeing that, you know, he could have even played better here. Guy makes a great edit, catching him. We don't have a ton of information. The other guy just hit his. Sorry guys, there was an ad. So go to the next game, obviously. Benji pressuring this guy again. Piece control cracks. Unfortunately chokes that. But again, piece control. He has everything. So let's just again watch the slow motion. Everything that he does so well here. It's such a good engagement, good recovery. Not getting tilted too much by two misplays in back-to-back games. So Benji again. Cones. Realizes his opponent is going to phase up. Boom, cracks him. Wall. All piece control. The only thing this guy has is the ramp. Pressures with the sub. The guy has to hold. He has no choice. Guy's got better ping, but what Benji can do now, edit. The guy flips the ramp. Again, guy tries to break out piece control. Guy makes an edit, and then that allows Benji to take the ramp. He uses the right hand peek that he could have probably used again on that one opponent, and exactly the guy misses. He does a little peanut butter peek, and boom, cracks him. Easy, quick, dead, as he's been saying. Sorry. Ooh, that's not good. Sorry. So it just beams him. Beams him right here. Again, he's going to do a good job of pressuring. The guy goes up layer. Interesting. Holds right hand peek. Doing a good job of that. Baiting the shot with the shotgun. Unfortunate right there. Benji does get the beast control right here. And then continue to spray with the AR. Using, again, what we talk about. I like this decision again. Get the minis off. You know, both heal up. Ramp flip. Again, baiting the shot. Shotgun ready on his opponent. Better ping. The guy does a great job of moving down. If he would have placed the cone first, he would have probably gotten him right there. It blocks off. Again, blocks his opponent off right there. Great job. It seems like he has better ping, so he's probably confident. Gets out of there just in time. Blocks his opponent off with a wall. Uses a ton of mats, and now he's in a build fight. Little booga jump. Booga jump. Piece control. This guy takes high ground. Benji gets it back. He's going to break him down here. No, he's not. He's going to get an insane angle. I think I did a pretty good job of recovering. I don't know why he's build fighting in the middle of a solo tournament and wasting all the materials for high ground. But Benji indulges. But we can look at just, again, all the things that Benji did right here. He did get cracked. So, this fight is a long list. So Benji starts the fight off with a couple tags. He wants to pressure his opponent, make sure he can't get heals off. Again, holds on the right side. Doesn't get the wall, but pretends like he does. See, he has the cone, trying to get into his box. Baits the shot right here. See how he has the cursor on his opponent. Gets the wall, but unfortunately his opponent does a great job of breaking it. But Benji does an even better job of blocking off his opponent's escape route. They trade shots. They both are low. Benji's on slight health advantage. He has cracked his opponent's shield. Does a great job again of getting the piece control. But opponent already had a cone in the box, was hiding behind it. Good defense by the opponent right there, then edits out. Benji's weak. They probably both healed up. Benji does a great job of high ground checking to see if the opponent's there. Opponent moves. Flips the ramp, maybe seeing if he could bait a shot. Or bait. Again, pressuring the wall. Goes for the pickaxe. He does get it. Doesn't place the cone here and allows his opponent to escape. If he would have placed the cone there sooner, this fight might have been over a little bit sooner. But again, does a good job. Placing the cone here. Maybe to get in his box. Doesn't get it. Kind of playing a little bit of mind games. Gets it. Does a great job right here. Peak control blocking his opponent off. But unfortunately doesn't hit the shot. Ted's like he gets it. Again, pre-fires. Always good pre-firing. And again, gets up. Make sure that he can't realize his opponent's going up. Piece control blocks him off. Gets into a build fight. Realizes that his opponent's on high ground. Making sure to constantly protect himself. Booga jumps right here. Unfortunately, cucks himself. But then again, just booga jumps. It's a little PG. Good piece control. Realizes where his opponent's going to go. Unfortunately, his opponent's wall blocks him off. But his opponent gets a little bit careless there. And this is just really nice. He edits this. Edits this. Opponent may have ran out of mats. Who knows? This is exactly what happened. His opponent ran out of materials. Why the... If I'm the opponent, why the fuck are you building this high? It makes no sense. You don't see that. You don't see that. It's like season 5, 6 stuff. Very rarely we see a build fight. But again, so he gets Meowsicles, or Meow, whatever. I always say Meowsicles, but he gets Piao Piao's rifle. He gets some tags on this guy. Does a great job of tracking. Doing a great job. Pressuring, gets the wall one tap, gets in the box, exploits down, places the cone. Just so smart. Again, not much to say. Anything that gets an easy beam on a kid and then does everything correctly. Again, we could just talk about it. Here we can.
Just got bullied.
Just got bullied. Yes, he did. So it gets a wall tap. Mitro Classics into the box. And then when you're underneath something, you crouch up into it. He places the cone so the opponent has no defense. And so...
I was controlled because I jumped in his box. He just pulled out his S&T waiting for me to break his ramp. And I just 200 pumped him. If I didn't, I was full dead.
He's so dramatic. He's not full dead there. It's a little bit beamed. Gonna go down here. Waste the wood. Again, when you're rotating, you want to waste your wood and box up in your hard mats. And exactly, he switches right there because he's getting sprayed. Ooh. It's okay. He's going to get on edge. Might get spammed by the whole lobby. He may expand here, but pressure stops. He's able to get full heals off. Realizes that that's not the play and decides to disengage and make another box. You see, he's usually always using these 2 boxes kind of so we make sure he has a ton of space to control. Does this a ton. And again, he's not really overcommitting something. Oh, this guy just unfortunately falls down. And so, really big pickup right there. He gets some floppers. He gets a couple floppers. Smartly goes into zone. Realizing that there's a pad there. He's got floppers. That's why that kill is so huge. He more than likely dies if he doesn't have those floppers. Isn't able to get probably as far as he wanted. Because he's going to get pressured. But eats a flopper. He's going to use the rest of his mats to get in. And then he's going to need a refresh pretty soon. Ultimate low right here is pretty decent. Looking pretty free for the most part to save materials. Notice how he uses the RPG to make sure he gets a ton of damage. Doesn't have a ton of builds. He's going to get away from the pressure the best he can. Eat 2 minis. He has 3 builds left. Gets a refresh here. Gets another refresh. He's going to take the floppers. Unfortunately, getting pressured. Great piece control to get the pressure off him. Eats another flopper. He has no materials. So, and is still worrying about catching up to zone. He's got to drop pretty much to ultimate low. He actually finds an old tarp. Oh, wow. Catches another player behind him. Nothing he can...
So good, holy shit.
Yeah, he really turned that shambles situation really good, getting as maximizing what he could right there. Not much to say right there. I'm shocked he lived as long as he did, but those 7 kills, huge. That top 15, huge. So 28 with plus kills, plus the top 15 placement points. Really maximizing what he had. He had no mats, he had no fish, and that's all you can do in these situations. It's not about winning every game. It's about maximizing the things that you have. It's about using your materials. It's about using your fish, using your launch pads. If you're using everything that you have, and you know whatever place you get is whatever you place. 7 kills, top 15, you're gonna take that every time.
So good, holy shit.
So we're in game 8. Catches a guy just completely unaware of his surroundings. Piece control. Ooh, guy makes a great recovery to get any heals off that he has with that pump shot. But Mini, I like that cone right there. Gives him some extra space. Baiting the shot again. Blocks his opponent's escape and edits through. Piece control. Huge right here. Ooh. Ooh, my goodness, a mistake. Too focused on the piece control right there. You didn't want him to edit out here. The guy did a really great job of recovering whoever that is. So realizes that the only thing that Benji owns is this wall and this cone. And so in this mid, for some reason, he goes for the wall and loses sight of his opponent. That was a strange decision. It's just, it wouldn't be the end of the world if this guy got out. You've already cracked him. You already know he's weak. You know it's early game, so he's probably not going to have the most materials in the world. He does this really correctly. Blocks him off. Guy makes a horrible decision to double edit. But it's so weird right here that he doesn't take the... I don't know if he didn't have the sub reloaded. He doesn't pressure with the sub here. And he just completely loses track of the enemy right here. Makes even show that the best players sometimes make a mistake. Guy hits him for 100 and, I don't know, 27 or whatever. And then finishes...
I'm so shit. What am I doing? No, I got one.
Yeah, he's just made a mistake there. And it happens, right? This is, I'm so shit. Benji, you're obviously not shit, man. You made a mistake, and it happens. And the amount of mistakes you make is very minimal compared to the rest of us. Promise. Easy third party here, nothing to say there. I'm gonna slow it down. Again, using the sub. Yeah, he's already got a gold spaz somehow. Again, he's got to be abusing the upgrade stations. It's the only way that his loot is this good. So let's see how he W keys this. Really good map knowledge there, knowing he can just easily slide through with a cone, doesn't have to worry about breaking, he can chase this guy all he wants. Gets him for another 35. This guy doesn't... The guy probably had no materials.
I got the best loot out of my first half and I'm killing everyone. I got a legendary pump, 3 big bots, 3 minis. Out of my first house.
Oh, okay. Well, he didn't abuse it. He just got very, very, very good RNG. Guy does a great job right there. Pre-editing. This guy's gonna... Benji knows he's gonna probably W key. Gets a good tag of damage right there. Probably not hard enough to stop this guy from pressuring. Ooh, a little bit aggressive from Benji. This guy's fighting maybe a controller player. Just got laser with the sub. He's not going to be able to get a big putt off. This guy is, if he's smart, he's going to continue to pressure. Benji doesn't have any materials. Launch pad. I like it. Let's see if he gets away, though. Smart decision to launch pad right there. Knows that there's a bandage cannon.
Let's go.
No
Go.
way. On planet Earth, this guy.
Go.
Ben,
Go.
you know exactly where. You maybe not know exactly where he is. Oh my goodness. This guy had to hit him twice, probably with that tack. This guy doesn't build a single thing. He whiffs his first shot. Only hits 30 his second shot. And then he doesn't... This other guy makes a horrible mistake. Doesn't put a ramp, doesn't put a wall. Obviously, here's him taking a big puck. No, he's close by. Again, a huge mistake from that opponent that had done such a good job of...
Go.
And again, it's just unfortunate for that guy. Benji just capitalizes on just pretty much a shitter right there. Guy baits a chest. So smart Benji expending his materials to make sure he could get his heals off. Be interesting if he decides to go and fight that. Maybe that guy is that bad. Again, look, Benji smart, blocking off the wall. Cone piece control. Now this guy's trapped. This guy's trapped. Again, if you're gonna hide in these spots, you gotta make sure you get the kills. There's nowhere this guy could go. He's trapped. He's trapped in the house at Retail Row with a storm coming in, and Benji's got a bend. Oh, yep. This guy is so screwed. Ooh! Oh, it's hard find. No way. Tell me that's Serenity hard find? No way. Oh my goodness. Smart to bait the chest. I'll give hard find that, but let's watch the beginning of this engagement. Yeah, Benji's piece control saves him. If hard find had just got him with any of the piece control, been over. But a good bait by hard find. But again, he's just kind of you get put in the situation if you hide in this basement house right here. I mean, you have nowhere to go. Person above you is going to hold everything. That's exactly what ends up happening. Hardfind does a great job of almost winning the fight, though. Probably does have health advantage as well. Again, cone. Yep, gets the piece control again. Benji getting the cone.
Get the cow hard find.
Then Benji catches a play right here, just absolutely lasers. The piece control by Benji right there with a cone is what won him that fight. Trying to just exploit right through. Blocks off his path. Ooh, guy makes a great job.
No! 15 HP, 15 HP. That's so lucky, man. No!
Probably a little over-aggressiveness from Benji right here.
No!
The thing is, he's W-keying somewhat, so he realized... Let's see, let's watch this whole engagement.
Get the cow hard.
So crack shield. Guy builds out of metal. By the time he probably at least got one mini off, if not two. You heard him eat a fish. Now, so it's very possible when you hear that fish sound, and this is what I was surprised. Maybe Benji didn't hear this fish sound. You don't know if that's slurp fish, right? I don't know how much this opponent is. You could assume it's maybe he had two slurp fish, it'd be 200, or he just ate a quick flopper or a quick slurp fish, but he clearly got shield back fast. And right after here, after he got cracked right here, I mean, he got cracked for a ton. And look, he has shield in his inventory, but he does have the piece control, right? But he missed the first shot. Edits him down. Dorito adds some down, but again, he's at such a health disadvantage. I don't know if it's worth it, taking this edge fight zone.
No. No.
If he would have played that a little bit slower and gotten his heals back up and then pushed, like, I understand that he had the piece control. I mean, he had the cone, he had the wall. But, again, you heard the guy eat a fish sound, so you have to know you're at a health disadvantage. And keying, he's keying at 79, so he is exactly one pumpable. So, it would have been no harm to just back off, put the minis on, maybe let this guy heal or disengage. But, again, mistake from Benji. Just being a little too overzealous.
15 AP. That's so lucky, man.
It happens. Again, pre-fight damage is an important part. You see a lot of solos is pre-fight damage. Piece control, always. A rare usage of C4. I remember seeing this live. Piece control. Use the attack. It's so good. He's so good. And he gets immediately lasered after this. And this fight is, I remember just being so impressive. Again, extending the box. Again, smartly extending, making sure he gets his heals off. Notice how he expands all this space. He gives all this space so he can get these heals off. He just goes back into his old box. And he's able to get back to 150 health. He's built out of his hard mats and is expanded. Pre-fires there, knowing that he maybe just got blocked off. This piece control is insane. That piece control is... And now there's no reason for Benji to go for heals. Edit through his booga jumps. Realizes the guy's in the metal cone. Piece control.
Bully! Bully, get out of my game!
That was absolutely the nastiest kill.
Bully!
That's something you put in the montage. Everything about this was so good. The defense was so good. We have to watch this entire sequence in slow motion because everything about it was so spectacular. It was so good. So, again, let's just talk about, again, building the base. Building a wide extended base to make sure that he has time to get heals off. Building out of hard mats so the guy can't pickaxe this stuff. Recognizing right here, boom, okay, it's not mine. Put a wall off, okay? This guy might try to key me. He's using the big pocket as pretty much maybe a bait as well to kind of figure out where he's at. The wall right here, unfortunately, boxes him up, but he pre-fires like the guy's gonna enter the wall, which he does. But again, he backs off. Again, using the piece control. Boom. Love that cone. Love the reset. Catches this guy pretty much just... And the tree might have screwed that other guy up. But what wins this fight right here is Benji's piece control. It's this... It's right here. Editing through. Immediately placing a pyramid and resetting. And then editing a right-hand peek. So this guy's wide open. Hits him. This guy misses his shot. And then Benji cracks him. So again, I'll realize that isn't his wall. Edits through. Booga jumps. Sees the opponent in the cone. The guy has to put up a wall to protect. All that pressure. Edits out with metal. Easy to spray through. And again, uses the piece control right there. Uses the sub to gain piece control. Boom, place the cone. The guy has nowhere to go. The cone screws him up. And he just absolutely... That kid got absolutely destroyed. Okay. Let's go back to normal speed. Ooh, gets a couple tags. He might definitely key this. Or disengages, smart. Gets a couple tags to get the heavy sniper. Get some extra mats. Oh, poor Clement. Peeking a little bit too long in the box. Not much to say right there. Again, using a broken weapon. Rotates to the... Makes a rotate over here to get all the materials. Ooh, was it worth it? But goes back into his old base. He's fine. But he finds where most of the materials are, so he gets... he still loses material, but he gains a pad, which late game is 100% worth it. You know Benji's going to be able to get those refreshes. He pads ahead in his zone. Again, taking storm damage, worth it. Again, to get up on a good lair. Rotates with wood, and then you're going to see him switch to hard when he gets right where he wants to. Yeah, smart. Burn your wood, box up in your hard. Rotating again, even right there, uses a quick wood to rotate, and then quick metal and brick to box up. Again, sometimes it's that precise. Gets a good rotate. Yep, switches to wood again. See, I'm trying to save what little metal he has. Burn through his wood.
No!
The guy gets in there.
I hard choked, man.
Still, 202 points. 39 kills. He honestly played so good at the beginning of the tournament. Oh, I don't know what the comms are, but he just averaged 20 points a game. Just really impressive. Mitro ended up winning first that day. But again, the best of the best are in these lobbies. I apologize, I didn't know my face cam fell down. That's really unfortunate. But Snappy in there, Milan's in there, Thomas Kinzel. Just some of the elite are in here. But overall, Benji's just IQ in these box fights, using weapons to get beast control. You saw some of the mistakes that he even made, some things that he could have done better. Surprisingly, amazingly, there's even little tiny mistakes here and there from Benji, and he knows that he could have done better in some of these situations. He probably, in all honesty, could have done better. He made a couple mistakes in situations where he had advantages, and it happens sometimes. To the best of us, and that shows you that it's like even BenjyFishy makes mistakes in tournaments and still conduct. Fortnite is being consistent. He plays consistently. He plays so consistent. He doesn't let those mistakes ruin the rest of his games. He still ends up making plays, ends up getting kills, doing exactly what you need to do. But guys, if you did enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I post here constantly 3 times a week. I also stream on Twitch pretty often. I also post on Twitter and Instagram. All those socials are down in the description. I really hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.